Thank you, darling.
Oh, you're welcome. It was my birthday, a week or so ago, I think.
How old are you now? What's old?
34.
You're 34. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, make a wish.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel different. That's for sure. But I remember when I was in Sudbury for my birthday, right? Visiting family. And I was looking through some pictures with my mom of like older pictures, right? When I was a kid with
Your dad?
with my dad, with her, with like aunts and uncles and different things, like friends of the family. Yeah, it just made me feel like, I don't know, it was a weird feeling. It just made me feel like time has really passed by, and it's crazy to think that I'm already 34. Like it's almost unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, where did the time go? And like everybody else that I thought was old when I was young, they're like actually getting old, and I'm like, wow, time is really passing us by.
I know. I can't believe we're about to be in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter of 2023 already.
Yeah.
Yeah, in like a few days or like a week.
So how was your birthday overall? Like, what are your plans for 34 years old?
I mean, at this point, I haven't truly sat down and really thought about it, but I feel like that is something that is very important to do, or it's almost more important, I think, than like New Year's resolutions.
You think so? Is that how you track your goals? Is by you go by the year?
Yeah, I
Of
mean, it's easier, right? It's easier to remember when I was 34, I did this, or when I was 20, I did this. When I was 25, I did this. You know, like I can't really think back like what did I do in 2012? I have to calculate it and be like, how old was I when I was when it was 2012? Then I'm like, oh, okay, now I remember what I did because I knew how old I was.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, I do make New Year's resolution, but I make my goals based on my age. So I'm like, hey, now that I'm 31, this is what I want to happen in the year of this chapter of being 31.
Yeah, it's easier, and I feel like it gives you a timeline of what you can achieve in a full year at a certain age.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
What growth you can see. Okay, so anyway, speaking of growth, my plants are thriving. I am so happy. So happy. Wait till I show you guys the pictures. If you have been here for a while and we've talked about these plants and specifically one plant, I'm so proud. I'm really proud of my little garden, my little plant garden that I'm growing. The only thing is, if you are a plant mom or if you know anything,
Plant mom?
yeah, that's a thing. Plant mom.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the first time I've heard of it.
What? No, there's such thing as plant moms.
Okay. Didn't know that. I did not know that.
So if you're a plant mom or if you know anything about plants, I have one leaf on one of my plants that are turning orange, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not directly in the sun, so that part of the plant's dying.
No.
But it's still growing.
There's other ones that are lower, like just like around the same height, that are still fine. I don't know. That one, I know which plant you're talking about.
Yeah. I did pull out another leaf because it was orange, and then it started thriving again.
Okay.
But then now it has another leaf that's orange.
Yeah.
But thing is, it's not like my plant's dying because it's still like growing. I don't understand. So if you guys can help me out, I tried Googling it. I think I read something about how it's getting too much water, but I haven't watered my plants in 2 weeks because I was like, maybe I've been over watering them, but it doesn't make sense because all my other plants are just thriving.
Well, that is actually a thing. Like certain plants do actually need less water than others, right? So I don't know, maybe that one does need less. Did you ever look it up?
No, I have no idea what type of plant that is. I don't even know how I can figure that out.
Yeah, that was one your dad gave you, eh?
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, welcome back to this Thing of Ours podcast.
Where we talk about all of life's highs and lows.
And everything in between. How you guys doing? How you living? How was your week? Have you guys already had your coffee?
We took a trip out this morning. I got myself just straight coffee. And you're drinking a cafe.
Half hot chocolate, half coffee.
So a cafe mocha.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I want to start doing? I want to start treating myself a little bit more.
Okay.
And I know I have that in my budget as miscellaneous or whatever.
Miscellaneous expenses.
But I actually want to force myself to go out and treat myself.
Okay. Because
I was watching this show called Explain on Netflix, and they were talking about credit, and they were talking about it was a whole episode or episodes about money, and they were talking about retirement, and they're saying how like generations are not thinking about their future because they don't know the 60-year-old self.
Yeah,
they only know about today, so they're not really saving or thinking about retirement as of yet. But I don't really believe that, because I do think people are thinking about retirement.
I think people are thinking about it, but at the same time, they don't want to think about it because it seems so far away.
But it's not that far away.
I know, but it seems far away, right? Yes, time will pass very quickly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like we're focused more on the now.
Yeah. That's what it said.
Yeah.
And I actually read an article not too long ago. It said like how we need $1 million or something crazy like that to live comfortably when we reach into our retirement age.
Well, is that now? Someone retiring now needs $1 million to live, or someone retiring, because for us, that's like technically retirement age would be 30 years from now.
Yeah.
So is $1 million still going to cut it 30 years from now?
Oh, I don't know.
I highly doubt it.
But thing is, when I read this article, like I think it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I can't remember how long ago I read this article, but it was pretty old. And ever since I've read that article, like my whole mindset has shifted around money, and it's almost like I'm afraid to spend too much, to treat myself too much, because I'm like, no, Amelia, we got to think about the 6-year-old Amelia. I'm 31, you guys. Why am I going through this midlife crisis? I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking about. Like, even when I want to buy a simple pair of pants that cost $24, I'm like, no, Amelia, we got to think about the 6-year-old Amelia. Let's go home. Literally, that's what I think about. And I'm thinking to myself too, like, I'm not actually enjoying the money that I'm making. I'm trying to save every little penny where I can for 60-year-old Amelia. And I'm like, why am I not living? I actually posted that on Thread.
Okay. What'd you post?
I think I wrote like living but not living.
Okay, so you're alive, but you're not living.
Yeah.
Because I've heard it said that way before, I think. Like you're going about your day every day, but are you truly living are you truly living your life?
Yeah.
And enjoying the journey as you go?
Because I have a whole bunch of things on my bucket list, and I'm like, I want to do all these things on my bucket list. Like I want to travel to Niagara Falls. I want to see Lois Lane and Superman in that old movie.
At the Wax Museum?
No, this is in the movie. If you've watched the old Supermans, you would know that there was a scene where they went to Niagara Falls. And Lois Lane was like, "You're
Oh.
Superman, Clark Kent. You're Superman," or something like that. And he's like, "I know you're Superman." And then she like kind of just jumped into the falls.
Because she knew he would save her.
Yeah. Girl almost died because I don't think he actually turned into Superman to save her. But yeah, she almost died. But point is, like, that's ever since I was a kid and I saw that scene, I was like, I have to go to Niagara Falls.
Okay, well, if we do go, you better not be jumping
Well,
off no falls.
why, you don't want to be my Superman?
I mean, I can try, but I think we both be going down at that point.
Because we both can't swim.
Man.
Yeah, but every paycheck, I've said to myself, okay, I'm going to buy myself something, whether it's, and I mean something, I mean like take a trip to Sephora, buy myself a new foundation, or do something that makes me happy for this Amelia, and then also think about 60-year-old Amelia as well.
Yeah.
But when I think of, but for the last couple of years, that's literally what I've been doing, is just saving and thinking about the 60-year-old me, 60-year-old version of me. I can't be the only one out there that does that or is feeling that way.
No, I don't think you are. I think lots of people do think like that. And I think society and the news actually makes us, maybe that's part of it too. There's a lot of pressure right now, and a lot of I don't know, there's a lot of stuff in the news basically saying how, you know, the society or economy is not doing good, and you need to start saving, you need to start thinking about your future, because, you know, the economy might go into recession, and like all this like negative news, right? So now it's got people worried, like, okay, now I need to cut back, I need to be careful of where I spend my money and things like that, right?
Last night we were actually playing Cash Flow for Kids.
Yeah. So every time you pass over one of these or land on it,
Pass over one of those.
the dollar sign, you get paid your salary, but you also need to pay your expenses.
What's my salary though?
So right now we both start with $1,000 salary, and we have $700 in expenses. So technically, you only get $300. So 1, 2,
Okay.
$300 goes to you.
Okay. Nice doing
So
business with you, sir.
Is it though? You would have made 1,000.
Why? How?
You have a $1,000 salary
But so why did I only get 300?
because you have $700 in expenses.
How did I get that many expenses? I didn't even do anything yet.
That's what we start with. We each have $700 in expenses.
But I didn't even do anything.
No, but you gotta live.
My expenses don't cost 700.
But it says right here, look.
Do they?
It says. Remember. Oh, hold on. Where is it? The 700 in expenses includes your living expenses and taxes that you have to pay to the government based upon your salary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, real life. Even as a kid, they try to take your money. So a part of that game, there's real estate that you can buy. And the entire time, like, okay, if I spend 1,400, that means I can add an extra $230 to my income, and I can put that away for 60-year-old Amelia. Why was I thinking that during the game? I have no idea. Like, I wasn't actually playing to win. Well, I was playing to win, but I was playing to win for 60-year-old Amelia. And it wasn't even a real game.
Yeah, no, it is actually a really good game. Like, so I found this game. I wanted to buy it for a long time, and we found it just online. Some random guy back when we lived in Sudbury was selling a bunch of board games. Like, he had like a full like room full of board games, and he had a bunch of pictures showing different ones. And I seen this cash flow game. It's by Robert Kiyosaki. So if maybe you've heard of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So he's the author of that, but he also has board games. but he only had the kids version.
Yeah.
Cash flow for kids. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I don't care. I'm buying this game anyway.
We can play with our future babies.
Yes, exactly. So, but yeah, like you have decisions to make. You basically start with an income, and you have no passive income, right? And then you have expenses. And then throughout the game, you can either buy shares, you can buy real estate, you can start your own small businesses, and you create some passive income or some extra income. But along the game too, you also could end up getting larger expenses, right?
Like a mortgage.
Yeah, like you get different things, right? So basically the goal of the game is to make your passive, like grow your passive income to where it now covers all your expenses. And that's basically how you end up winning the game.
So comment below if you know or you've ever played this game, and let us know where we can find the adult version, because I would really love to see those cards for adult version.
I'd imagine it's a lot harder and a lot more in depth. This one's kind of basic and a lot more simple for kids to actually understand what's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, the adult version, I'd imagine, is a lot more in depth and probably a lot more realistic too. So I'd love to play it.
Yeah. Last weekend, we went to Best Buy. And this is where my whole thought of, should I treat myself and actually buy myself a video game?
The PlayStation?
Yeah, I've never, ever bought any video games before, or even like actually played video games. I had Nintendo 64 and that was it. But when we went to Best Buy, we actually went there to get a new SD card. And we saw a representative for PlayStation.
Yeah, he worked for another company, but they were working for PlayStation and promoting the virtual reality.
Yeah.
Like the headset. You still had like a controller.
That thing was so cool.
It was pretty cool. So Amelia tried it first. I tried it second, but yeah, it was.
I feel like men are just naturally better at video games, because we were playing a car racing game and I kept crashing. In real life, you guys, I'm a better driver in real life. But in this video game, it felt real. You know, it actually felt really like I was there, which is so crazy.
I got to take a step back here. I think we should ask Trumpet who's the better driver.
What are you trying to say?
Trumpet gets scared in your car.
No, he doesn't. I have a seatbelt for him.
And why do you need a seatbelt?
It's for safety, Curtis.
Safety from what? From an accident or from you?
What do you mean? I am a very good driver. Anyways, don't let him try to fool you.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I'm just joking.
I'm not that great at bumper cars or actually like go-karting, but I am a very good driver.
Okay.
But when it came to this video game, there was just, I don't know, I'm not good at video games at all. But this one was so real. Like, even when I bumped into the wall and I crashed,
this girl was about to fall off the chair. She like literally like jumped and like held the side of the chair like, oh, like she was actually getting into a real accident.
It felt so real. I've never done this before.
See, he put the headset on so you couldn't see anything except like the screen, and it's like immersive. It feels like you're the driver. And then he had headphones on so you don't hear anything. Like, they were noise canceling headphones, so you don't hear anything around you. You just hear the game. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you can get like that would make it more realistic. See, I used to play video games a little bit when I was younger. I wasn't like super into them, but I would play them, yes. More on rainy days, but anyway.
It'd be cool if they made a virtual reality game of you being on a cooking show.
A cooking show?
Yeah.
To learn how to cook?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would have to crack the eggs, literally take the egg, crack it, put it into the bowl. So it's actually you doing the cooking and then putting it into the oven. Cool. And I think that would help. I think that would be so cool. So let me know if you guys ever tried a virtual reality game in general. If you ever put on the headset. What did you feel? How did you feel about it?
I don't know. So it definitely didn't feel like how you reacted to it.
Okay.
No.
No, not at all.
No, because I don't know what position I started in. I ended up making it into first place on the race, but then the second place driver bumped me and like did like a pit maneuver like cops do, and he bumped me and I started spinning.
What is it called?
Pit remover.
What's
Or
that?
pit maneuver. I don't know. So you know when you're just slightly ahead of the other car, and then they come up on the side of you, and then they bump your back end and make you spin. You ever seen cops do that in like
No,
movies?
I've never seen that.
Come on, you had to have seen it in movies.
Neither, I just never paid attention
Anyway.
to how it happens.
Yeah, they come up beside you just on your back end, and they bump just like your rear tires kind of just right there, and then it spins you out and you start spinning. But anyway, that happened, and yeah, okay, it was like a little bit weird, but I didn't like almost fall off my chair like you.
I didn't know what to expect from this virtual reality world,
I guess so.
but I kind of liked it.
Yeah, we were playing a racing game. What was it?
I don't remember.
Gran Turismo. That's what it was.
What is it called?
Gran Turismo.
Okay.
And I actually just watched that movie.
You watched the movie without me?
I watched it when I was in Sudbury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was actually a really good movie. It's based on a true story, actually. Yeah, so a video game. They had kind of like this competition where they had like players in the game go into a race and into a competition. Then they picked those top players. Then they got to go to this actual like training camp, and then they did more training, and then they got knocked. Some people got knocked out, and then they took the top driver, and he actually got to race in like real races.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was actually it's based on a true story. And it was actually a really good movie. So if anybody is into kind of racing or anything like that, I highly suggest watching the Gran Turismo movie. It was really good.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. So does PlayStation own that, like the VR world right now, or?
I don't know. I'm not into video games that much. I haven't owned a console in like probably 10 years.
They said it was PS5?
PS5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I've
the PS5.
never even played PS1. I do remember, or I don't even know what actually, let me know if this is the first one. The PlayStation that was purple.
Purple?
Yes, there was a PlayStation that was purple.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
that
remember a purple PlayStation. There was like a
Yes.
gray one, then black.
a gray one. No, there was a purple PlayStation.
Like the PS1 was gray, and it had a disc, and it popped open.
I don't remember.
Like you had to pop the lid open and put the disc in. And then the PlayStation 2 was more of like a big, bulky black one that you slid the disc in. Like there was like a port, kind of like a car.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I think they're only white. I don't know if they come in different colors, but I've only seen the white one.
So am I going crazy? Was there no purple one?
I don't think so. I don't.
You guys, I was so close to buying this thing. I was like, should I treat myself? I really want this. And he was saying how you don't even actually need a TV now. All you need is the box and your VR set. And I was like, really? Like that seems amazing.
Yeah, you don't actually have to hook it up to the TV. It's just if you have people around, they can watch you. Like they can watch the race, or they can watch the game that you're playing on the TV if they're around. But
See, I think I was so like into this new technology because I don't really pay attention to new technology when it's out, right? Like I'm kind of like, oh, that's cool, and then I move on about my day. Like I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So now that I actually got to try it, I'm like, wow, what other technologies out there? Like I know I'm late to the game, but we literally just got a Google Hub. And I think there's like a Google Hub Max, and
yeah, we just got the basic hub, not the Hub Max.
and we've been playing around with the Hey Google,
asking it like a million questions.
what's the weather
Like
outside?
just yesterday, we were talking about pickles, and like we were eating just like the Swedish pickles, like the sweet pickles in the jar, and I said something like, "Oh yeah, these aren't like you make dill pickles out of different types of cucumbers.
Yeah.
So that is just some random thing that we just Googled. Like,
She's been selling our debates for us, okay?
yes, exactly. When I say something, she's like, no, I don't believe you. Hey,
Hey,
Google.
Google.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually kind of cool to have in the home. And I was always kind of scared.
Turned off.
Maybe not scared is the word, but like, I don't know. Cautious?
I think that's the right word. I think I know
To
what you're
have someone
saying.
always like sitting there listening to
You
our
think she's always
conversation.
listening? She hasn't turned on yet. The day she turns on by herself, best believe I'm unplugging her.
Yeah, but anyway. I don't know if all that's true. That's just all conspiracy theories, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Like just trying to play around with the technology, and I've been so like intrigued by technology now. And like I said, I'm probably late to the game because I'm sure there's other technology that's better now out there. I'm sure Google has advanced
Yeah.
their hub and things like that.
I
But
remember when I was in school, I was learning different things about early adopters. I forget all the different names, but we're definitely like down the line. We are definitely not early adopters to technology.
what do you mean by that? Like people who just jump on the wagon with technology?
Yeah, like they'll try it before anybody even tries it, right? Some people are like the early adopters, where they'll buy it first thing, and then other people they're a little bit like I don't remember all the names. Let me see. Hey Google, what are the stages of technology adopters?
On the website whatfix.com, they say, what are the 5 stages of technology adopters? Innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards.
Yes.
People also sometimes ask me, what are the 4 stages of adoption? Do you want to hear the answer?
No, thank you. See, like we used to pull up our phone and search it. Now we
Yeah.
just ask, and she has an answer. It actually is kind of cool to have, right? But yes,
And she pulls up recipes too.
Yeah.
And she'll read me the recipe. I can't believe it took me this long though. Like honestly, like I'm kind of shocked. It took me this long to be like, okay, let me just buy one. And it was last minute decision. I think after playing the VR, I was like, okay, I'm getting this thing. Cause I know I wanted it for a while.
Yeah.
And I had it on one of the things I said I was gonna buy like later on in the future. But after playing that VR game, I was like, I'm buying it today. Like that's something I'm buying. So I ended up just last minute buying it. I wasn't sure I was gonna keep it, but after playing around with her and telling her to set my alarm for 5:30 a.m. And then she rings, like it's honestly like I love it.
but yeah, we're definitely. I don't know if we're laggers, like the very last one that she said, but I think we are like. What is it?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
I think we're the one just above that. We're like, we'll let other people just try it first, and then we'll get it. Yeah. But I am thinking potentially of getting a new phone, and I know iPhone just released their iPhone 15. Right now I have a 12. I've had it for a couple of years now. So I think it's time. But at the same time, I'm like, do I want the extra expense? Because at this point, I don't owe anything on my phone. So do I want it? I don't know.
I say treat yourself.
You say treat myself? I don't know. But yeah, let us know if you are one of those early adopters or innovators or whatever she said. Like, do you just jump into technology and like do it willingly, or you want to try out the next best thing, or do you let other people kind of try it out first and let them iron out the kinks?
For me, when I go to Best Buy, I like to play around with the technology they have on display. That's me. Like I don't actually buy it right away. I kind of just spend a couple of minutes, maybe close to an hour, just playing around with the new technology first.
And then you walk out of the store, you do some more reviews at home.
I don't buy it right away. Like
No.
it takes me a couple of years, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I wanted this thing. By then, it's like version 8 is out.
Yeah. Are we just getting old?
What do you mean?
Are we just getting old? So we're not up on the new technology. Are we starting to fall behind?
No, I don't
And
think
then
so.
we're going to be one of those people like, honey, how do I do this?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to work this.
That's how my mom talks to me. I'll just save it till you come here and then you can show me how to use this new Apple Watch or whatever that you just bought me. So
I've been wearing it
That's
on my
my
wrist
mom.
for like a year, but I don't know how to use it.
yeah. No, I don't want to be like one of those people. Not that there's anything wrong with those people. My mom is one of them. I don't want to be someone that doesn't know how to use a technology. I
Trust
want to be
me.
able to use it myself and play around with it. But I think the reason why a lot of people have trouble when it comes to technology is because they're afraid they're going to break it.
Yeah, but
That has to be the main reason.
you're not going to break it. You can always do a factory reset, put it back to where it was.
Yeah.
You're not going to break it just by testing out different features that are in it. Yeah, you might change the way the feature works, but just do a factory reset. You're good.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Um,
That's it. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like
but it's all changes. Like everything.
it changes so fast, and I think that's the problem.
No, I'm just talking about life in general. Like everything changes, and
okay.
it's hard for people from going from one thing to the other. Like, for example, when I was in school, I still had notepads and pencil writing down my notes, whereas some of my classmates, they were using their laptops to
Yeah,
write down their
yeah.
notes, and my brain couldn't remember. Like I tried typing my notes out because I'm like, oh, it must be faster. So I brought my computer in, wrote out my notes, and I couldn't remember anything that I learned in class compared to if I was actually listening and then writing down my notes by hand. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
learned
didn't retain
a
it
lot
as much.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, writing it down physically helped you retain it better than just typing along. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I remembered better. So
Yeah.
it's just change. I think it's just something we just have to get used to over time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would agree.
The thing about life, I feel like we're so afraid to make mistakes. Like talking about my mom and her using technology. I feel like she's afraid of making the mistake of breaking her watch or breaking whatever, her new phone. She doesn't know how to use it, so she doesn't want to break it. That's actually one of the things she says. She says, "Oh, just show me when you get here."
I don't wanna break it.
Yeah, that's her line. I don't want to break it. And it's almost like in life we're so afraid. Throughout our entire life, we're so afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are we afraid of making mistakes? And it kind of goes back to school when we make mistakes, right? When we make mistakes, we get an F. We fail.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've learned or we've been conditioned since then to be like, well, I can't make a mistake because if I make a mistake, that means I did something bad. If I did something bad, it means I won't succeed.
Yeah, we've been
Or I have to
preconditioned.
try to redo it all over again.
Yep, we've definitely been preconditioned to try to avoid making mistakes.
Yeah.
But I feel like some people they're more willing to just try it, make a mistake, learn from the mistake. Whereas other people avoid mistakes at all costs.
But I think it depends too on who was in your life at the time when you made those mistakes.
Yep.
Right? Because
sure.
if you, let's say I was someone that was like to you, oh, you made a mistake. You're not supposed to do that. And I was really coming down on you for making
Yeah,
a
you
mistake.
got in trouble, you got put down.
Yeah.
Like they made you feel stupid because of it. You know.
Because then you're going to be afraid again
Yep.
to make the same mistake.
Yep. Well, to make any mistake in the future, really.
Because you don't know how that next person's going to react to you making a mistake.
Yep.
All right. So that's it for this Thing of Ours podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us ramble.
And comment below. Because the conversation does not end here. It does include you guys. And we always enjoy hearing what you guys have to say, where you guys stand on the conversation. So related to this one, let us know where you are on the adoption list for technology. And are you someone that just jumps in right away, both feet in? Or do you wait a little bit, let other people try it out? Yeah. But
Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
have a good day.
Peace.